Welcome to Into the Night. I'm Nari, your guide on today's excursion down a twisted path. Be careful not to get lost. Be it dark or light, it's easy to lose your way. Are you ready? Then let's begin. A marvelous sunrise. The pastel palette of the morning sky was soothing to the eyes. A few clouds drifted above the horizon, outlined in dazzling silver as the rays of a new day began to creep above the placid waters of the cove. This was Sutton Kincaid's favorite place on earth. Ever since their first vacation as newlyweds to the coastal community of Serenity Beach, Sutton and Marilee Kincaid fell in love with the sights, sounds, and smells of their version of heaven on earth. The waves lapped a lullaby that was as comforting as the morning vista. Sipping on his second cup of Kona coffee, Sutton reflected on the happy times he and Marilee had spent in Serenity, first as vacationers and then as permanent residents as his salary and career ambitions peaked. Yes, working for the Department of Defense and then for NASA had provided them an incredible life full of travel, interesting co-workers and friends, and a more than comfortable living, including a spacious beach house. It's too bad Marilee isn't here to see this. We had so many sunrises together. She'd have wanted to be here with me today. Then again, she would have been philosophical about how all things must come to an end. Marilee's death less than a year ago from the cancer that struck in an unexpected fury had changed many of their plans. No European ski trips. No Costa Rican getaways. No more dinner parties for their friends and visiting dignitaries. No growing old together, sitting on their balcony watching sunrises like the one today. Those days were gone. Those days were gone. Sutton rose from his chair long enough to pour himself another cup, then settled back down in his favorite spot to witness the glory unfolding before him. His thoughts began to drift in a peaceful contemplation. In his youth, Sutton was known for letting stress get to him. Marilee always said he was high-strung, but Sutton knew he'd more than once let his worry spill out in the form of dictatorial behavior. Sometimes at work, and sadly sometimes to his beloved Marilee. Sutton had learned, though. Life lessons and irrefutable truths had tempered his urges to control, and now he sat in careful thought, resigned to life as it was, and wasn't. Memories of times spent with Marilee flooded over him. She was the epitome of a gracious hostess. Entertaining guests, making others feel at ease, and knowing how to create just the right mix of people at a gathering were some of her many strengths. Sutton jokingly referred to Marilee as his secret weapon. She had it all, and her social skills had helped his career on more than one occasion. A particular dinner party changed Sutton's life. Shortly after he began at NASA, he had the pleasure of meeting Gene Shoemaker and his wife Carolyn at a conference. As luck had it, the renowned astrogeologist would be speaking at the University of Florida, not far from the lovely Serenity Beach. Shoemaker was already famous for his discovery of the Shoemaker-Levy 9 comet, and Sutton had long admired the Shoemakers and their work on near-Earth objects. Sutton jumped at the opportunity to speak at length with Gene and Carolyn. "Would you like to have dinner with my wife and me some evening while you're in the area?" Sutton proposed. A smile spread across his idol's face. "Sutton, I'd be honored. Here's my card with my personal phone number on it. Call and we'll make arrangements. Carolyn will be thrilled." The lovely dinner Marilee made was the backdrop to an hours-long discussion of what dangers lurked beyond our atmosphere. Craters around the world proved that impacts had happened before, and here he was, Sutton Kincaid, sitting with the man who had discovered countless cosmic objects. Gene Shoemaker's life revolved around the search for threats, most completely unknown to us even today, that would result in a cataclysm rivaling the extinction of the dinosaurs. Under Gene's supervision, Sutton began working alongside him in earnest. Finding a way to protect Earth was as worthy a cause as he could imagine, and the NASA project they led produced groundbreaking, no pun intended, Sutton chuckled, discoveries regarding potential celestial bodies that could impact our world. Gene's death in an automobile accident in Australia was a blow second only to Marilee's death for Sutton. His mentor, his friend, the father he never had, was gone. "Our best chance at detecting a killer died with you, my friend." Marilee had rallied to his side and given him strength, however. Sutton, I know you are crushed, but you must continue this work. Jean would have wanted you to. She was right. Over the next several years, Sutton and the team scanned the universe for signs of trouble. Universities, scientific associations, and public and private entities sought his wisdom on the topic. Sutton traveled the world giving lectures and advising governments on ways to combat the threat. But it was to no avail. As Sutton Kincaid sat on his balcony, savoring the aroma and taste of the fine Kona coffee he had special ordered from heavenly Hawaiian farms, he was captivated by the glow of the sky. Breaking through the pastel hues, the golden rays of light became blinding. This, however, was no ordinary daybreak. Asteroid N26549, completely unnoticed by scientists until it was too late, hurtled through the atmosphere. Sutton, at peace with this irrefutable truth, took a final sip. This had been a marvelous sunrise. Thank you for joining me for Into the Night, an anthology series written by Caroline Giammanco and narrated by Nari Kwak. Please give us a like if you enjoyed what you heard. Also, please hit the subscribe button below and the alarm bell in case of emergency. To be notified of our most recent content. See you next time, and remember, whether in the shadows or in the daylight, all twisted paths take you into the night.